Mazuma TV back with some more boxing talk. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. I apologize for the inconsistency, but I'm back with some more boxing talk. All right, y'all, I'm going to get straight to it, man. I'm on my way to work right now, and I just wanted to discuss this real quick. If you guys haven't been watching boxing or you guys has been under a rock, whatever the case is, we all seen that Ryan Garcia got stopped by Gervonta Davis, took the full count. A lot of debate in the air whether he quit or not, but nonetheless, he got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So he took a loss, and there's a lot of things that's been going on with Ryan Garcia since then. It was an unfortunate situation that he showed up to the post-fight press conference by himself, and he answered all the tough questions. You know what I'm saying? By himself, and I think that's a real unfortunate situation. I think they did Ryan Garcia a disservice. They made a lot of money off him, so it was like the least you could do is show up to his post-fight press conference, win or lose. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, they didn't do that. So he's starting to eliminate the people from his circle that he felt done him wrong. And he started off with Joe Goosen. So he's fired Joe Goosen. I think that is well-deserved. I do respect Joe Goosen. He is a knowledgeable trainer, Hall of Fame trainer. He's been a part of some big moments in boxing history. But just off to the fact that you weren't there for your fighter during that lowest moment, whether you guys had a disagreement or not, you're supposed to be there and you're supposed to rock with your guy. And I don't think anybody who does that deserves to be in anybody's corner. That's just me, speaking from a former fighter and speaking from a current coach. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's a fucked up situation. So what I really want to get into is who could possibly be a good fit for Ryan Garcia in terms of a trainer. You know what I'm saying? I've seen the names. I've seen the Derrick Jameses of the world. I even seen some Virgil Hunters and a lot of guys mixed in there, the Robert Garcias, etc. However, there's one thing that I believe, in my personal opinion, that Ryan Garcia needs to change before he even thinks about getting a new trainer. For one, before I even talk about that, he needs to find a trainer and stick with a trainer, because he's running through trainers like socks right now, bro. And that's a red flag for a lot of coaches. That's gonna be a red flag in a lot of coaches' eyes that's considering taking you into their stable. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, damn, like, am I really gonna take the time to invest my knowledge into this kid, invest my time into this kid if I know he's gonna leave me in a couple fights? Like, loyalty is a big thing amongst trainers. A lot of people always talk about the fighter's perspective. Nobody ever really speaks on the coach's perspective. You know what I mean? And a lot of coaches are hesitant to work with other fighters if they feel like that fighter isn't loyal. You know what I mean? I mean, the paycheck that they might get off Ryan Garcia may be an exception depending on what trainer you're talking to. But for the most part, they're going to feel hesitant to spread their knowledge to that fighter if they feel like they're going to be temporary. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to fix that. On top of that, there's a stigma going on around Ryan Garcia that he likes to train himself. You know what I'm saying? He likes to train himself. They say he's real big-headed, real arrogant, and he feel like he knows what's best, and he doesn't really listen to his coaches. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say about Ryan Garcia. So with that being said, that shit that he needs to change ASAP. You know what I mean? Eddie Reynoso and Canelo spoke on Ryan Garcia. They said they kicked him out of their gym because he doesn't listen. Joe Goosen just said you don't really train Ryan Garcia. You collaborate with him or you partner with him or some shit like that, and that is insane. So it's like, well, what is your whole purpose of being a coach if you can't coach your fighter? You see what I'm saying? Like, that is insane to me. Like, for all that, just train yourself. And obviously, he's not having a lot of success doing so. So, obviously, he needs to humble himself. He needs to come back down to earth. And he needs to realize that he does not know it all. He does not know it all. And he needs to shut the social media off. If he really wants to do this boxing shit, he needs to turn that social media off, turn off all the negativity, all that good stuff, and he needs to lock in on his craft. You know what I mean? So some ideal trainers for Ryan Garcia will have needs to have that quality of a no-nonsense trainer. He needs an old school, no-nonsense trainer that's not going to allow him to dictate how he's going to train in camp. It's going to be like, no, you're going to sit your ass down. You're going to do this. This is what you're going to work on. You're not going to be doing whatever you think you're going to do. And if you don't like it, you need to get the fuck out of my gym. Straight like that. That's exactly how it need to be. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, he needs to focus on the basics. He needs to focus on his fundamentals. There's a lot of mistakes that Ryan Garcia makes. He has a lot of good attributes that God gave him that he does not use. You know what I mean? I think he's hell-bent. I think he's in love with his power. And he can use those God-given abilities a lot better if he has some fundamentals behind him, man. I feel like at this stage of his career, he should have been locked in on the fundamentals. But again, when you are training yourself or feeling like you know what's best for you and not really taking the time to be a student to your coach, I'm not surprised. You see what I'm saying? So some coaches that are big on fundamentals, like a Derek James, Robert Garcia, he did a great, Robert Garcia and his father, they do a great job with the fundamentals. You can see it in Mikey Garcia. These are solid guys. I see it would make sense for Robert Garcia to train Ryan because they're both from Southern California. They're both Mexican-American guys. So it wouldn't really be, I see Robert Garcia rooting for Ryan Garcia in the tank fight. So maybe they will get along well, but I do know that Robert Garcia will kick somebody out his gym if he feels like they aren't doing what they have to do. And he always has criticisms for his guys. You know what I mean? He always feel like his guys could get better. But is Ryan Garcia gonna bring himself down to earth? Is he gonna humble himself to take on a trainer as good as Robert Garcia? You know what I mean? Derek James is also a guy who makes sure his guys master the fundamentals. They call Errol Spence the Tim Duncan of boxing, Mr. Fundamentals. You know what I mean? Derek James will be a great coach for just about anybody in the sport. I think he's the best coach currently in boxing right now. That's just my opinion. And I'm humble enough to say that as a coach myself that's on the come up. I think Derek James is the best current coach in boxing right now. But I keep going back to this point. Is Ryan Garcia gonna humble himself to take on a great coach like Derek James and really sit there and learn from him? Derek James' accolades speak for itself. He got one undisputed champion. He got another unified champion. And he has a great up-and-coming contender in Frank Martin. And he just took on Anthony Joshua, who just came off of a win. You know what I mean? And these guys have accomplished a lot more than Ryan Garcia. And they take the time to sit down and really learn from the men. So if these guys who have accomplished more than you, who are more skilled than you, who have better accolades than you do, can sit down and be a student to a coach, there's no reason why you can't be, because you're not more special than them guys. You haven't done what them guys have done. Not even a quarter of it. So, yeah, that's pretty much my take on it, man. I really feel like there's some things that need to be changed within Ryan Garcia internally before he even decides to take on another coach. You know what I mean? Or learn from another coach. But, I mean, I feel like that will be in his best interest. Maybe he doesn't learn from this experience. Maybe he doesn't change that character flaw, in my opinion, that he has. And he'll go on to grab a coach that'll just take him for a check. There's a lot of coaches out here that will be a yes man if the money right. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just what it is, man. Like, hopefully he doesn't take on a yes man. Hopefully he doesn't get he doesn't invest his time in a trainer who's strictly there to get in Ryan Garcia pockets. You know what I mean? Hopefully he grabs a trainer who really cares about him and wants to see him do better, wants him to develop his skill, wants him to actually win fights and improve as a fighter. Hopefully he gets in that situation. I hope the best for Ryan Garcia, but I can't ignore the bad qualities that he has as a fighter. And hopefully he fixes them and he could take on a great coach who will help him develop and improve as a fighter. But that's just my opinion on the stuff, man. If y'all guys have been tuned in this whole time, I appreciate you guys checking me out. Subscribe to the channel, man. Leave a like, leave a comment, share the video on your social media platforms, man. It's Mazuma Nation. Mazuma TV, but shout out to Mazuma Nation. And I'm out.